The wrench slipped from Charlie's hand, clattering against the concrete floor of the bike shop as Celeste's lips met hers in a desperate, unspoken plea. In that frozen second, the world narrowed to the taste of grease and surprise, Charlie's body stiffening like a seized gear before she pushed away, her eyes wide with a storm of confusion and fear. "What the hell, Celeste?" she gasped, wiping her mouth as if the kiss had burned her, the betrayal in her voice echoing through the empty garage like a siren warning of impending disaster. Celeste's heart pounded in her chest, a frantic rhythm that drowned out the distant hum of traffic on the Boston streets outside. She had known this was a risk, a monumental leap off a cliff she'd been teetering on for months, but the words had tumbled out anyway, propelled by the ache that had built since their first meeting. "I'm sorry," she whispered, though she wasn't, not really. The truth had been festering inside her, a secret that twisted her thoughts into knots every time Charlie smiled at her, every time their hands brushed while adjusting a chain or tightening a bolt. Charlie backed up against the workbench, her blonde pixie cut disheveled from a long day, her jumpsuit smeared with oil that somehow made her look even more alluring. She was the epitome of straight-laced confidence, the kind of woman who dated guys like her ex, the football coach from high school, and attended family barbecues where everyone assumed she'd settle down with a nice man someday. You're gay," Charlie stammered, the word hanging heavy in the air like exhaust fumes. But it wasn't just surprise. There was something else flickering in her blue eyes, a shadow of recognition that made Celeste's pulse quicken. Had she seen it before? The lingering glances, the way Charlie's laughter lingered a beat too long? In her mind, Celeste replayed the months leading to this moment. It started innocently enough. Her vintage road bike had thrown a chain on Beacon Hill, stranding her in the rain. Charlie's shop, Gears and Grace, was the nearest refuge, its neon sign a beacon in the downpour. Charlie had fixed it with efficient grace, chatting about everything from Boston's brutal winters to the best coffee spots. Celeste, a graphic designer fresh out of a toxic breakup, found herself returning for tune-ups she didn't need, drawn to Charlie's easy strength and the way she commanded the tools like extensions of her will. But now, standing in the dim light of the closing shop, Celeste wondered if she'd misread everything. I felt something between us," she said, her voice cracking. "The way you look at me, the late nights we've spent talking. Was I wrong?" Her inner turmoil raged. What if this ruins our friendship? What if she hates me now? The societal weight pressed down. Coming out in college had been hard enough, with her liberal parents offering lukewarm support, but risking rejection from someone like Charlie, who seemed so firmly rooted in heteronormativity, felt like gambling her heart on a faulty break. Charlie ran a hand through her hair, avoiding Celeste's gaze. Inside, her own thoughts churned like a misaligned derailleur. She'd always been the good daughter, the one who followed the script. Date boys, get engaged, build a life in the suburbs like her parents in Worcester. But lately doubts had crept in. The breakup with Mark last year hadn't hurt as much as it should have. Instead, it was a relief. And Celeste? She was different, vibrant, unapologetic, with those long wavy brunette locks and a laugh that made Charlie's stomach flip in ways she couldn't explain. "This isn't me," Charlie muttered to herself, but the words felt hollow. Was it? The kiss had ignited something, a spark she'd been ignoring, buried under layers of expectation. As the silence stretched, Charlie finally met Celeste's eyes. "You need to leave," she said, her tone sharper than intended, masking the panic rising in her chest. But as Celeste turned toward the door, shoulders slumped, Charlie's resolve cracked. "Wait." The word escaped before she could stop it, hanging in the air like a lifeline. "What am I doing?" she thought. "This could upend everything, my family, my friends, my whole identity." Yet the pull was undeniable, a magnetic force drawing her toward the unknown. Celeste paused, hope flickering amidst the dread. "Charlie, please. Talk to me." Her mind raced. "I've already lost so much. Why not fight for this?" But the fear of pushing too hard loomed, a reminder of past rejections that had left scars deeper than any fall from a bike. Charlie hesitated, then sighed. "Okay, but not here. Let's grab coffee." Neutral ground. It was a small concession, but in her heart, Charlie knew it was the first step on a path fraught with peril. As they stepped out into the cooling evening, the city lights blurring around them, both women grappled with the seismic shift. For Celeste, it was validation laced with terror. For Charlie, it was the dawn of a crisis that would test every belief she held dear. The coffee shop around the corner was a haven of steamed milk and muffled conversations, but tension crackled between them like static. Celeste stirred her latte, her thoughts a whirlwind. What if she runs? What if this is the end? Charlie, across the table, fidgeted with her mug, her mechanic's hands betraying her unease with faint tremors. I didn't plan this, Celeste began. But being around you feels right. Natural. I've been hiding who I am for too long. Pretending in straight spaces just to fit in. The confession poured out, raw and unfiltered, exposing the isolation she'd felt since realizing her sexuality in her teens. The subtle digs from coworkers, the pressure to date men to avoid questions. Charlie listened, her expression a mask of conflict. Internally, she battled. My parents would disown me. They've got the whole future mapped out, grandkids, holidays, the works. But as Celeste spoke, Charlie felt a resonance, echoes of her own suppressed feelings. I've never thought about women that way, she lied, though the truth nagged at her. There had been crushes in college, dismissed as admiration. What if this is just confusion? What if I hurt you? The question hung, heavy with implication. Celeste reached across the table, her touch tentative. We all have choices, Charlie. But denying yourself? That's the real hurt. In that moment, Charlie's defenses wavered, the first crack in a facade built on societal lies. As they left the shop, walking side by side under street lamps, Charlie's mind raced toward the inevitable confrontations ahead. Little did she know, this night was just the beginning of a storm that would ravage their lives. The next morning, sunlight filtered through Charlie's apartment blinds, but it did nothing to dispel the fog in her mind. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying the kiss over and over. It wasn't disgust she felt. Far from it. It was a terrifying thrill, like freewheeling down a steep hill without brakes. What have I gotten into? She thought, her heart clenching at the image of her mother's disappointed face. The O'Connors were a pillar of their Irish Catholic community. Deviation wasn't an option. Celeste, meanwhile, paced her loft in Cambridge, coffee growing cold in her hand. The high from last night's tentative connection had crashed into anxiety. Did I push her too far? She's straight, or at least she thinks she is. The doubt gnawed at her, a reminder of past flings that ended in heartbreak when partners couldn't commit to their truth. By noon, Charlie texted. Meet at the shop? Need to talk. Celeste's reply was immediate, her pulse racing with anticipation and fear. Arriving, she found Charlie elbow-deep in a restoration project, her jumpsuit hugging her frame in a way that made Celeste's breath catch. Focus, she chided herself. This isn't about attraction. It's about her soul. Charlie wiped her hands, leading Celeste to the back office. Last night, it shook me, she admitted, voice low. I've always followed the rules. Date guys, get married, have kids. But with you it's different. I feel seen. The words were a breakthrough, but laced with hesitation. Inside, Charlie wrestled. Admitting this means betraying my family. What kind of daughter am I? Celeste nodded, empathy flooding her. I know that fear. Coming out to my parents was like ripping off a bandage, painful but freeing. But you don't have to rush. Yet, her own impatience simmered. How long can I wait for someone in denial? Their conversations deepened over the following weeks, stolen moments amid bike repairs and late-night walks along the Charles River. Charlie opened up about her rigid upbringing, the expectations that weighed like a heavy saddle. My dad still calls me his little princess, expecting me to find a prince, she confessed one evening, her voice breaking. The internal conflict tore at her. I love my family, but this feeling for Celeste, it's real. Am I willing to lose them for it? Celeste shared her own battles, the microaggressions at work, the loneliness of being the only out lesbian in her social circle. Society tells us we're wrong, but love isn't a choice, she said, her words a bomb and a challenge. But doubt crept in. What if she's just experimenting? The thought stung, echoing past hurts. Tension escalated when Charlie's best friend, Mia, noticed the change. At a casual brunch, Mia probed. You've been distant. Is it that customer, Celeste? She's, gay. Charlie's denial came too quick, too sharp, igniting a spark of guilt. Later, alone, she agonized. Lying to Mia feels like betrayal, but telling the truth could end our friendship. Celeste faced her own trial when her ex, Jordan, reappeared, offering stability in a straight-passing package. "We could try again," Jordan suggested over drinks. Celeste rebuffed her, but the encounter stirred unrest. Is Charlie worth the wait? The moral quandary loomed. Pursuing someone questioning their identity felt manipulative. Yet walking away meant abandoning potential love. One night, after a heated argument about boundaries, Charlie pulled Celeste close, their second kiss tentative but charged. "I think I'm falling for you," Charlie whispered, the admission a seismic shift. But joy was short-lived. Her phone buzzed with a call from her mother, inviting her to a family dinner, with a nice young man in tow. Charlie's decision to attend alone crushed Celeste. "You're choosing them over us," Celeste accused, tears welling. Inside, Charlie fragmented. This is safety, familiarity. But as she dressed for dinner, the mirror reflected a stranger, someone living a lie. At the dinner, the setup was blatant. Ethan, a charming accountant, flirted shamelessly. Charlie played along, laughing at his jokes, but her mind was with Celeste. The charade sickened her. Am I really this coward? When Ethan leaned in for a goodnight kiss, she recoiled, excusing herself abruptly. Driving home, tears blurred her vision. She pulled over, dialing Celeste. "I couldn't do it. I need you." The words were a turning point, but the cost was mounting. Her mother's suspicious questions lingered, a harbinger of confrontations to come. Celeste, waiting anxiously, felt relief wash over her. But the victory was Pyrrhic. How many more tests before she breaks? Their relationship, now clandestine, intensified the drama. Secret meetings, coded texts, the constant fear of discovery. As weeks turned to months, Charlie's internal struggle peaked during a family gathering. Her brother, noticing her distraction, cornered her. "What's going on, sis? You seem off." The lie stuck in her throat, but she swallowed it, preserving the facade. Yet, each deception chipped away at her soul. This isn't living, it's surviving. Celeste, sensing Charlie's torment, proposed a weekend getaway to Provincetown, a safe haven for their community. "We can be us there," she urged. Charlie agreed, but dread coiled in her gut. What if someone sees us? The trip became a litmus test, forcing Charlie to confront her fears head-on. Arriving in the vibrant town, surrounded by open displays of affection, Charlie felt exposed yet liberated. Holding Celeste's hand publicly was exhilarating, but paranoia shadowed her. My family could find out. That night in their cozy inn, they talked until dawn, Charlie admitting, "I'm scared, but I want this with you." The return to Boston brought reality crashing back. A leaked photo from the trip, snapped by a mutual acquaintance, circulated, reaching Mia. The confrontation was brutal. "You're gay? And lying to me." Mia's hurt turned to anger, ending their friendship in a blaze of accusations. Charlie reeled, the loss a dagger to her heart. Why does love cost so much? She lamented internally. Celeste comforted her, but her own patience frayed. "I've been out for years. I can't hide forever." The ripple effects spread, testing their bond to its limits. The fallout from Mia's betrayal hit like a chain reaction, derailing Charlie's carefully constructed life. Mia, in her rage, had confided in Charlie's cousin, who whispered it to Aunt Maureen, and soon the family grapevine buzzed with speculation. Charlie's phone lit up with concerned texts, each one a nail in the coffin of her secrecy. "Is it true?" her sister asked outright during a frantic call. Charlie denied it, but the lie tasted like ash. "How long can I keep this up?" She wondered, the moral weight crushing her. Denying Celeste felt like denying herself, a self-betrayal that eroded her spirit. Celeste, witnessing Charlie's unraveling, grappled with her own ethics. "You don't have to face them alone," she offered, but internally questioned. Am I enabling her denial? The societal pressure, subtle homophobia in everyday interactions, amplified her doubts. At work, a colleague's offhand joke about those lesbians reminded her of the world's cruelty, making her protective of their fragile connection. Charlie's breaking point came during a Sunday dinner at her parents' home in Worcester. The atmosphere was thick with unspoken tension. Her mother's probing glances were daggers. Over pot roast, her father boomed, "Heard you're seeing someone new. Bring him around." The assumption stung, forcing Charlie to confront the charade. Inside, turmoil raged. Tell them now or lose Celeste forever. She chose silence, But the evening ended in disaster when her phone pinged with a message from Celeste, visible to her nosy brother. "Who's that?" he teased, grabbing it. The affectionate text sparked chaos. "Celeste? A woman?" her mother exclaimed, face paling. The room erupted in accusations, disappointment from her father, tears from her mother, judgment from siblings. "You're confused," her father insisted, his voice booming with authority. "This isn't you. Think about the family." Charlie's defense crumbled under the onslaught. "It's not a phase. I love her." The admission hung, shattering the illusion. Her mother's sobs echoed her own inner scream. "I've destroyed them." The price of truth was exile. Cold shoulders, silent treatments, the threat of disownment. Driving back to Boston, Charlie felt unmoored. Was it worth it? The doubt plagued her. A moral quandary pitting love against loyalty. Celeste waited at the shop, her embrace a sanctuary, but Charlie's tears spoke volumes. "They hate me," she whispered. Celeste's response was fierce. "They hate what they don't understand. But you? You're brave." Yet Celeste's own fears surfaced. What if she resents me for this? The rift deepened when Charlie's parents demanded she fix herself, suggesting therapy. "It's a choice," her mother pleaded over the phone. Charlie hung up enraged. How can love be a choice? The ethical dilemma tore at her. Obey family or follow her heart? Society's lens amplified the pain. Whispers at the shop from customers hinted at lost business, the subtle bigotry chipping away at her confidence. Celeste faced backlash too. Her supportive friends cautioned. "She's not ready. You'll get hurt." The warning resonated, stirring memories of a past lover who chose the closet over her. Am I repeating mistakes? She pondered, the internal conflict intensifying. In a desperate bid for normalcy, they attended a local LGBTQ support group. Their stories of similar struggles validated Charlie. "I lost my job but gained my truth," one woman shared. Inspiration flickered but fear lingered. That night, Charlie confessed, "I can't lose you but I can't lose them either." The impasse loomed, a test of their commitment. Betrayal struck again when Charlie's ex, Mark, reemerged, fueled by rumors. "Come back to me," he urged, offering the safety of heteronormativity. Charlie rebuffed him, but the encounter shook her. "Is this easier?" The temptation was a dark whisper, highlighting her wavering resolve. Celeste sensed the shift, confronting her. "Are you having second thoughts?" The argument escalated, words like weapons. "You're pulling away," Celeste accused. Charlie snapped back. "You don't get it, the pressure." Hurtful truths spilled. Charlie's fear of societal rejection, Celeste's impatience with half-commitments. In the aftermath, Charlie isolated herself, drowning in self-doubt. Why fight when it hurts so much? But solitude brought clarity. Denying love is the real betrayal. She reached out to her parents, an olive branch laced with ultimatum. "Accept me or lose me." The response was mixed, her mother's tentative outreach, her father's stubborn silence. Progress but painful. Celeste, meanwhile, questioned her role. Am I the catalyst for her pain? The moral ambiguity weighed heavy, forcing her to consider walking away. A turning point came during Pride Month. Charlie suggested attending the Boston Parade, a public declaration. "I'm ready," she said, though terror gripped her. Celeste agreed, hope reigniting. Amid rainbow flags and cheers, Charlie held Celeste's hand, the act a defiant foot against oppression. But spotting a family friend in the crowd sent her into panic, fleeing the scene. The retreat crushed Celeste. "You can't keep running," she said later, voice laced with exhaustion. Charlie's apology was sincere, but the damage lingered. Trust fractured, the relationship teetering. As summer waned, Charlie made a bold choice: therapy, not to fix herself, but to navigate the chaos. Sessions unearthed buried traumas, childhood expectations, suppressed attractions. "You're not broken," the therapist affirmed, bolstering her resolve. Celeste supported from afar, her own therapy revealing codependency patterns. "I need you whole, not halved," she told Charlie. The distance allowed growth, but loneliness amplified the drama. Reunion came unexpectedly, Charlie showing up at Celeste's door with flowers. "I'm choosing us," she declared. The embrace was cathartic, but shadows remained. Family reconciliation was ongoing, societal acceptance elusive. Yet, the journey forged them stronger, each paying dearly for authenticity. With autumn leaves crunching underfoot, Charlie's world continued to fracture and reform. Her father's ultimatum arrived via email. Choose your path wisely. The words were a gut punch, forcing a moral reckoning. Blood ties versus self-truth. Charlie agonized, nights sleepless with what-ifs. Am I selfish for wanting both? The internal debate raged, pitting filial duty against personal freedom. Celeste, sensing the strain, proposed space. Figure it out without me clouding things. The suggestion stung, but Celeste's motive was pure. I can't be her crutch. Her own conflicts surfaced. Friends drifting due to the drama. Work suffering from distraction. Society's toll was insidious. A client's homophobic remark reminded her of the battles fought daily. Charlie dove into activism, volunteering at a local LGBTQ center. There, she met others navigating similar storms, their stories mirroring hers. I disowned my family first, one shared, the radical choice sparking thought. Is preemptive strike the answer? But love for her parents held her back, a tether of guilt. A surprise visit from her sister bridged the gap. I support you, she confided, tears flowing. The allyship was a lifeline but highlighted the divide. Not everyone would follow. Charlie's gratitude mixed with sorrow. Why can't they all see? Reconnecting with Celeste, they navigated cautiously. Dates were intimate, conversations deep. I've paid dearly, lost friends, family peace, Charlie admitted. Celeste nodded. Me too, patience isn't free. Their bond strengthened through shared sacrifice, but resentment simmered. Celeste for Charlie's hesitations, Charlie's for the pressure to accelerate. Drama peaked at Thanksgiving. Charlie invited Celeste, a bold gambit. Her mother's acceptance was grudging, but her father's absence spoke volumes. The dinner was tense, polite questions masking judgment. Celeste endured, her poise a shield but internally seethed. This is the price of love? Post-dinner, Charlie's mother cornered her. Is this worth the pain? The question echoed Charlie's doubts. The evening ended in tears, Charlie defending her choices. Yes, because it's me. The stand was empowering, but the emotional toll immense. Driving home, Celeste vented. They don't deserve you. Charlie defended them. They're trying. The clash revealed fissures, differing views on forgiveness. Betrayal reared when a coworker outed Charlie at the shop, leading to awkward silences and lost clients. Bigots, Celeste raged, but Charlie internalized. Am I ruining my business? The ethical dilemma. Adapt or stand firm. She chose the latter, hanging a pride flag. A declaration that invited both support and vitriol. Celeste faced her own trial. A promotion requiring relocation to New York. It's my dream, she confessed. Charlie's reaction was panic. Don't leave me now. The ultimatum forced a choice. Follow or let go. Celeste's heart tore. I've sacrificed enough, is this fair? Debate ensued, raw and revealing. Come with me, Celeste urged. Charlie hesitated. My life is here, shop, family. The standoff highlighted the costs. Love demanding uprooting. Charlie's decision came after soul-searching. I'll go. But the announcement to her family ignited fire. You're abandoning us for her, her father accused. The argument was volcanic, ending in estrangement. Charlie's grief was profound. I've lost them for good. Packing for the move, doubts assailed her. Was this right? Celeste's excitement clashed with Charlie's mourning, straining their dynamic. I need time, Charlie said, the words a wedge. In New York, the fresh start was bittersweet. New friends embraced them, but isolation from roots gnawed at Charlie. I miss home, she confided. Celeste empathized. We'll build a new one. But Charlie's resentment bubbled. She pushed me into this. A heated fight erupted over a triviality, unearthing deeper wounds. You forced my hand, Charlie yelled. Celeste retorted. I waited for you. Hurtful truths emerged. Mutual damages, the price of their union. Reconciliation followed, therapy aiding navigation. Love requires compromise, they learned. Charlie reached out to her family, small steps toward mending. As winter set in, awakening dawned. Charlie embraced her identity fully, volunteering in NYC's queer scene. Celeste thrived professionally, their relationship evolving beyond crisis. Yet scars remained, a testament to the battles fought. Spring in New York brought renewal, but for Charlie and Celeste, it was a season of reflection amid lingering storms. Charlie's shop relocation had been rocky, new clientele, but the ghost of Boston's losses haunted her. Did I trade stability for love? She pondered during quiet moments, the moral trade-off a constant companion. Society's acceptance here was greater, but internalized shame persisted, a residue of her upbringing. Celeste's promotion demanded long hours, leaving Charlie to grapple alone. "You're distant," Charlie accused one evening. Celeste sighed. "I'm building our future." The imbalance sparked tension, each paying in emotional currency. A call from Charlie's mother shattered the fragile peace. "Your father had a heart attack." The news propelled Charlie back to Worcester, Celeste by her side. At the hospital, reunions were fraught. Her father's weak smile masked unresolved pain. "I'm glad you're here," he whispered, a crack in his armor. Charlie's tears flowed. Forgiveness? Or obligation? The visit unearthed buried conflicts. Her mother confessed. "We were wrong to push." The apology was a balm, but Charlie's response was measured. It hurt deeply. The family dynamic shifted, tentative healing beginning. But Celeste felt like an outsider, her presence tolerated but not embraced. Internally, she questioned, "Am I always the villain in their story?" Returning to NYC, Charlie felt torn between worlds. "I want reconciliation but not at our expense," she told Celeste. The balance was precarious, ethical lines blurring. Honor thy parents or honor thyself. Drama intensified when an old flame from Celeste's past resurfaced, offering uncomplicated companionship. "Just friends," Celeste assured, but Charlie's jealousy flared. "After all we've been through?" The insecurity revealed vulnerabilities, Charlie's fear of abandonment, Celeste's need for affirmation. Confrontation led to catharsis. "We've both sacrificed friends, family, peace," Celeste said. Charlie nodded. "And we'd do it again." The reaffirmation strengthened them, but the costs tallied high. As their anniversary approached, Charlie planned a surprise, renewed vows in a quiet ceremony, symbolizing commitment. "Despite everything, you're my choice," she declared. Celeste's acceptance was tearful, a testament to resilience. Yet, societal pressures persisted. A workplace incident, homophobic graffiti on Charlie's new shop, tested their fortitude. "Why us?" Charlie despaired. Celeste rallied. "Because we're visible." The response? Community support, turning adversity to advocacy. Awakening fully, Charlie mentored young queer mechanics, paying forward her journey. Celeste wrote articles on LGBTQ rights, channeling pain into purpose. Their story, woven with damage and growth, culminated in quiet contentment. But the path's toll lingered, a reminder that love, while triumphant, demands steep payment. In the end, was the pursuit of authentic love worth the devastation of family bonds and personal security?